What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is going to be your review for Sistas Season 1, Episode 14. Hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video, please. I don't have a lot for y'all this week. I'm just going to be real. We start this episode off. We got Calvin, Maurice, and the other guy in bed. Remember last week, Stephanie heard the moans and the oohs and the ahs, and they were faking. They were setting her up to whatever. Her and Calvin end up having it out. Maurice is acting a damn fool, inserting himself, and basically it was a long ass conversation for Calvin to say what should have been said in episode 2. You clearly do not like or accept the man that I am. I'm not your type. Lose my number. And now she's, no, I'm sorry. I like you. No. And he was like, clearly not. Like, everything about me bothers you. The fact that I wear feminine clothing. The fact that I have 2 dads, which I don't think that part bothered her. The fact that, I like my prostate. I know the word, y'all. I like my prostate tickled, right? Here's the thing. Clearly, it bothers her. And what have I been saying for the last 3 episodes? I'm not understanding why they're trying so hard to make this work. You meet somebody, you get to know them, and you figure out you're not compatible. It happens. And he not wrong for being who he is, and she not wrong for feeling the way she feel. They just not compatible together. Period. I don't understand why she is fighting so hard for a situation she's so uncomfortable with. I'm confused by it. By the whole damn thing. Moving on. So now we have Danny, Andy, and Karen. They're at Karen's house trying to, keep her mind off of things because Zach still got Danny's car, so she can't go nowhere, child. Andy's in her feelings about her situation, so I had to go. So Danny basically opens up to them and tells them about the guy at the job, the white guy, and that she really likes him and everything, and and it was a good moment. It was a really good moment with 3 girlfriends where they opened up and they were kind of like, "What, girl? Thought you didn't like white guys?" And she was like, "Well, I'm gonna try something different." It was a good conversation. It was that was a very natural banter that they sort of had in that moment. That was really good in that moment. But then here comes Zach, honey. Zach coming through the door with food with an attitude. Danny was like, "Did you even put some gas in the car? Did you fill up my tank?" He was like, your tank wasn't full when I got the car." But see, here's my thing. I'm old school. Maybe I'm a little bit crazy. Maybe I'm a little old school. Somebody let you use their car? You better have it at least where it was when you took it. And it ain't nothing wrong with filling up the tank. Somebody did you a favor. But whatever. Danny and Zach get to doing their back and forth situation, Danny was like, "I gotta go," and now Zach got a whole attitude. And Danny was like, no, that's later on. But I'm thinking, how you got an attitude with Karen about the dude at the hospital and you got a whole baby coming? A whole baby. So him and Karen get into it, and Karen is like, "What is really your problem? Like, what you got an attitude about?" And he tells her, what's really good between you and old boy at the hospital. She tells him nothing, and then he tells her Helena's pregnant. Karen goes in the bedroom, slams the door. He leaves the apartment, okay? I don't know what other reaction he expected. He lucky that she wasn't throwing his shit out the door behind him. But neither here nor there. Andy gets in the car. She decides to call up Mr. Cowboy. That's his name for right now. She decides to call up Mr. Cowboy, who is looking really good leaning on that damn motorcycle, baby. And she basically says, "Let's go to dinner." He's like, "All right, cool. Let's make it happen." So she heads back to the apartment so she can change her clothes, take a shower and everything, get ready for her little date. Who come at the door? Damn Zach. She's like, "Zach, I'm going to need you to get up out of here. I have to get dressed. I have to change my clothes and I got to go." So Zach is trying to, confront her, talking about, "Well, what is it about this dude? Do you really know who he is? Do you really know who he is? Do you really know who he is?" And she tells him, "Look, Karen said nothing happened, that this is who he is and that he's a pastor and this and that. He ain't nothing happened. I don't believe you. She was like, "Well, look, here's the thing. 1, don't care whether you believe me or not. I told you I got somewhere to be. 2, How you gonna have an attitude and you got a whole baby on the way? How about that? How about that? And 3, I'm gonna need you to get up out of my apartment because, like I already told you, I got somewhere to go. So she starts undressing, and in my mind, I was thinking, you really just gonna be walking around in a bra around your girl, you know, your one of your girl, good Judy's man? But okay, whatever. But he ends up leaving. Now over to Andy's apartment. Who is waiting for Andy when she gets back home is the damn private detective with some wine. Now, the private detective is trying to get with Andy, okay? She done bought her some wine. She trying to push up on Andy. And what she tells Andy is, look, Gary done went back home and told his wife he want to try to make things work. They even had sex. And Andy is trying to play it cool, even though it is eating her up on the inside. But Andy's trying to play it cool like, all right, it's whatever. I don't care. And she was like, you don't care? She said, well, I'm going to tell you why. I don't believe it. I think it's fake. I don't think it's real. And I think you told him to go back home. And Andy was like, okay. And she said, I think you told him to go back home because if he goes back home and a divorce is off, then all of this goes away and you are free and clear. She said, but let me tell you something. The wife can't be trusted. So don't think that you off the hook. This doesn't get you off the hook. She can't be trusted. I said, well, I could see that. I could definitely see that. She said, and I'll tell you what, if he does start sniffing back around here, oh, I'll know. She was like, all right, whatever. Now over to Andy's place. Mr. Cowboy shows up, honey, in full cowboy boots, hat, everything. But he looked good. Oh, he looks good. And they get to talking or whatever. And instead of going out to dinner, they decide that they're going to go to the grocery store. And Andy is going to cook. Andy ain't cooking shit. He's going to cook for Andy. And of course, Tyler had to throw in some stereotypical comments. But she said, do you like to cook? Yeah, I could cook possum and squirrel and rabbit. As if he can't fry some chicken. I'm just saying. I don't know. Whatever. They down to the grocery store, and Andy is putting a week's worth of groceries in the cart. And he was like, well, we can't eat all this. She was like, I know. You know, you gonna take care of me for the week. And he's laughing. She's funny. And then all of a sudden, she gets an attitude, and she gets upset, and she shuts down. And I thought she was upset because he was like, you make me laugh. Like, in her mind, okay, so once again, I'm just a comedian. Once again, I'm just the good time girl. I'm not really the person people take seriously or they want to date. But then they get in the car and she opens up to him and she says, well, I saw the other women looking at me and they were laughing at me and it just made me, it made me feel some kind of way. Now, I don't know if it was because she felt uncomfortable being with a white guy. I don't know what she thought they were laughing at her about. But he was like, well, maybe they were laughing at me. And she was like, why would they be laughing at you? He was like, have you seen the cowboy boots? And so that sort of broke the moment, and they laughed, and they were cool. They get back to the apartment. They have sex. I'm not dragging that out. And he looked good, honey. He looked good. Now, Andy and Stephanie decide they need to get out the house, honey. They decide that they're going to go down to the club. It's a club that they go to all the time. They know the man at the door, but come to find out it's a private party. A baller then rented out the club, and the bouncer is like, "Look, I know y'all, and I rocks with y'all, but I can't let y'all in. If you ain't on the list, you can't get in." He rented out the whole club. Some dude rolls up that's on the list. I don't know. I don't think he's the baller. I feel like he's a friend of the baller. But he's like, oh, they can come on in. They with me. Now, Andy was like, nah, we good. Stephanie was like, bitch, I need a drink. After the day I had, I need a drink. I'm going. Now, Andy, I think, understood that if I go in here with this dude, then it's going to have to be me and him the rest of the damn night. But, they end up going because Stephanie was like, no ma'am, Pam, we going in here because I need a drink. They end up trying to dodge old boy the rest of the night, honey. But while they're in there, Andy runs into nice young fine thing. Come to find out he's a lawyer too. They know each other. She actually interviewed at his firm. We really think it's his father's firm. They got to talk because she was talking about no good dudes and trifling black men. And he was like, really? All black men are trifling? So, of course, Andy's like, damn, I done put my foot in my mouth. This is somebody that knows me outside of this. And I done kind of put my foot in my mouth. But they got to flirting a little bit. And by the time the night was over, he was like, look, if you trying to come on over, you ever get tired of being down there with them boys, you come on over here. We got a job for you. So, that sort of solves Andy's problem as far as the getting fired part of this. sort of solves that problem because she got a little job offer. So, okay, that works out. We still got to deal with that little thing about maybe being disbarred. I don't know. Because you can't work nowhere if you ain't got no damn law license. But that was their night. Then we get back over to Karen's house. She don't even realize Zach done left, honey. Now, I don't know how she don't know Zach done left because it ain't like they live in a 5-bedroom mansion. Okay, they live in a 1-bedroom apartment. But okay. Somebody's knocking at the door. She says, Zach, get it. She realized Zach ain't there. She opens the door. It's Preacher Man. Preacher Man comes in. They get to talking. He's like, I don't know why she did that. Why would she do that to me? I'm sorry that my mother-in-law came at you like that. I'll let her know you didn't do nothing wrong. She was like, I ain't tripping. That woman don't know me from a hole in the wall. Her opinion of me don't matter. He leans in to give her a kiss. She like, nah. He leans in again. They get to kissing. And guess who comes walking in the door? Zach. That's where the episode ends. That's all I got for y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in the comments. Peace.